Hey everybody, thank you for joining us. We have a very, very special guest today. He is the Samoan Hellraiser, the New Wave Pro Heavyweight Champion, Solomon Tupu. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. How are y'all doing?
Brilliant, man. Like I said, massive, massive fan. So thank you for giving us your time.
No, thank you for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, man. I mean, we might as well start straight away. I mean, obviously, you're a black and brave guy. I mean, what was that like? I mean, obviously getting trained by Seth and Marek, being a part of that. I mean, what was that experience like?
Oh, it was awesome. It's like a 3-month program, and it was the most nerve-wracking and anxious 3 months of my entire life, and it was extremely difficult because it's wrestling. They're not going to make it easy. It was really good to when I came here, and after that 3-month program to finally say it's like, wow, I'm a Black and Brave graduate. I got trained by Seth, by Marek Brave and everything, and it's really cool because like just being under that learning tree, there's so much knowledge, so much experience there. Whenever I have a match, I'll just send it over to Seth and I'll be like, hey man, whenever you got the time, you mind critiquing it? And you'll be like, yeah, absolutely, I got you. He'll send over what he thinks, and 10 times out of 10, what he thinks is the right thing. I'm like, yep, you're totally right. I totally messed that up, or I can see where I should have put that there, or something like that. And it's really cool just having that outlet to my disposal, just asking questions about wrestling and critiques and such. And it's just lucky that I can have that.
Well, what a cool resource to have. Like we've spoken to a lot of Black and Brave people. I think you're actually the 11th Black and Brave graduate we've spoken to. So we love speaking to the Black and Brave people because they always say the same thing. It's such an invaluable resource to have. Just being able to send Marek and Seth Rollins your videos, because Marek in his own right is a fantastic wrestler, an amazing coach. Seth Rollins in the biggest company in the world, former world champion, and currently on TV. That's the main thing. It must be amazing sending it to, say, Seth Rollins and getting that feedback from someone who is on TV every week. Nobody else in the world can really say that about the trainers.
Yeah, no, it's definitely like like I hit the lottery in that aspect, especially having literally one of the best, probably the best wrestler in the entire world.
Yeah.
And just saying, hey man, how you doing? I got this match if you don't mind looking at it whenever you have the time. And him just going, yeah, absolutely. Whenever I have the time, I got you. Like, just that is like, oh my God.
Yeah. I mean, I just want to sidetrack as well a second, because I was looking on Twitter and I noticed Kaya McKenna put a picture of a milkshake with you and her. That milkshake looked incredible.
Dude, that thing was like, it was a freak of nature. I think that shouldn't have been a thing, because she was staying here in Davenport for a couple weeks, just we're training and stuff. So it was a couple days ago, I think. Me, her, and Colton Lycan, we all went to this restaurant, and it was just this bar with good burgers and such. And then like these two girls to my right, they get these giant shakes, and I'm like, you got any shakes? Like, what are those? And then they're like, oh yeah, no, these are it looked like a tower of just sugar and ice cream, and one of them had an actual like waffle cone inside of the cup.
Yeah.
The other had a full on like slice of cheesecake inside of it. It was, I'm trying to be good, trying to eat well, but I was like, I'll just take another cheat day today and just have one of those.
You know what I love about America? It's the amount of food and stuff that you have that we don't. Like when we came to Chicago, we went to Five Guys, and on the menu, the top of the milkshake menu, it was a bacon milkshake. I was like, being from England, we're like, what the hell is that? But apparently that's just a normal thing in America. So
unfortunately, yeah, it is. Luckily I'm Samoan, so I don't have to be skinny or nothing, right?
Yeah, we all love bacon. I mean, we can't,
Yeah, man.
Bacon goes with everything, right? Or is that just me?
In America, sure. It does, yeah.
It has to.
Yeah. I had to bring it up though, because I saw it and I just thought, my God, that is incredible. I thought I'm going to mention it to Solomon, because that's like the greatest milkshake I've ever seen in my life. It was a monster.
It was definitely up there. The best one I've ever had was one in Hawaii, and it 1,000,000% the best ice cream I've ever had was back home in Hawaii. Wow. It's so good.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest with you, I'm the same. I went to Hawaii years ago now, and I love the place. It's the most beautiful place I've ever been to. Yep. And I'm the same with the pina coladas. I've never had a pina colada as good as the one in Hawaii. Wherever I am, I compare it to Hawaii, man. It's just the best. I can't wait to get back out there as well because I love the place so much.
Yeah, I can't wait either. It's definitely a home, but it's more of a place to vacation than live because it's too expensive.
Hey, man, I've got to ask while we're on the subject of Black and Brave, like we were speaking about. I spoke to Campbell Myers last week, someone you know very well. Can you confirm for us? He was saying being part of Black and Brave is like being part of Cobra Kai. You know, like the Cobra Kai kids, the cool kids, and being a Black and Brave guy is like being part of Cobra Kai. Is that how you see it too?
Yeah, actually I do. that we were actually talking about that the other day because Campbell was actually he was at my house for like a week, I think it was like a month ago, and that actually did come up a few times. And I'm like, wow, you're totally right, bro.
Right,
you're totally right. That's totally you.
When he told me about it, I was like, you know what? I can see that being right. You know, like when you go to the shows, you've got the Black and Brave guys, like they're all together talking. And he said before he went to Black and Brave, he was like, I want to be one of those guys. They seem like Cobra Kai. And now he's part of it. He said, now I'm one of the cool kids.
Yeah, man. It's definitely like that. I try to like whenever I'm at shows, trying to like go to hang out with everybody.
Yeah.
I don't want to be labeled that guy's like, oh, he's with them. They don't talk to nobody.
Yeah.
But like that's what it used to be like. But I feel it's changed. The culture here has changed a lot for the better. But most definitely that it does give off some Cobra Kai vibes, which is pretty funny.
I'm glad to know that. Thanks for confirming that.
Yeah, man.
Well, I mean, another guy, we spoke to JT Energy not that long ago, and we were talking about SCW. And he said it's almost like a home for him. It's a special place to him. I know you're competing there again soon. Do you have that same vibe with that company? Is it a special place to you?
Oh, absolutely. JT is a great dude. He's the QC Cup holder for SCW, and SCW is our home promotion. And I moved out to Davenport, I think, 2.5 years ago. And one of my first few matches was with one of our other coaches, Crotch, which was actually really, was a big blessing because I was like maybe 3-4 matches in at that point, and having my 4th or 5th match against one of the people who trained me was like a big weight off my shoulders because I didn't know what I was doing. I remember Crotch, he was like, well, what do you want to do in the match? Me thinking it's like a test is like, what do you want to do overall in wrestling? And I just said, I want to get over. And he was like, you want to get over? I was like, yeah, was that the answer you're looking for? He was like, no, nuts. What moves do you want to do? I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, never mind. Yeah, no, SCW.
Good answer.
Yeah, good answer. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
No, yeah, SCW is definitely it's a home promotion for me, and it's very good for reps and everything. And I'm very blessed to have Marek and Crotch put enough faith in me to book me consistently on that show. So it's really cool. It's a really good spot to be there. We're coming back next month. I think April 24th. We got our comeback show. Our last one was like last year in October. I wrestled Manders in the main event in the street fight, and I think no. It was like October last year. Yeah. And just like right now in April, it's just such a long time for coming back with a crowd, social distance crowd for sure. And, we're just going to play it safe, make sure everybody's following the right guidelines and such. Yeah. So it's really good to see everything coming back.
Yeah, I mean, you must be missing the fans then as well.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait to have fans back. Like there's a few shows that I go to that there are like limited fans, but not like it used to be, man. Like for the right reasons, you can't have fans because we got to take care of people's safety.
Yep.
But some of these empty arena shows they're tough. They're definitely challenging. But it's fans coming back is going to be a really good look, and I'm excited for that.
Yeah, I mean, we've not had a show here. It's been a year now. Last March was the last show in the UK, so we're missing, man. We're chomping at the bit to get back. But talking obviously as well, challenges and stuff. I mean, GCW Fight Forever, the 24-hour show. You was part of that. I mean, what was that experience like for you?
Oh, that was probably the biggest. That was definitely the biggest show I've ever been a part of. GCW, in my opinion, is the biggest independent promotion in the entire world.
Yep.
So just being a part of that was like, oh my God, like this is it. So I really have to do my best to stand out. We drove down there, and we were my match was at like 5 a.m., 5:45 a.m. and we got there the day before like 8 p.m. And I only got like an hour or two of sleep, and I was there the entire time. So I originally I didn't even have a match. I was just going to help out and stuff. And Brett Lauderdale, he came up to me. He was like, "Hey man, do you have your gear?" I'm like, "Yes sir, I do." And he was like, "All right, do you want to wrestle?" I was like, "Absolutely." And he was like, "All right, so I'm gonna put you in this match right here," which was like really cool because one of my good buddies, Conan Lycan, was in the match with me. And he's actually my roommate, and we were in the same class in Black and Brave together, like 3 years ago. So me and him, it was good to have a familiar face in the match. So the pressure was definitely on because I was like, oh wow, these eyes are on us. And after the match ended, we were told there's like 2,000 people watching that match on like online or something.
Yeah, I was one of them.
Watching.
Oh, yeah, thank you guys.
Yeah.
Awesome.
We were watching, man. Yeah, because it was a 6-man, wasn't it?
It was.
It was, yeah. I got up early to. I mean, it was 10 a.m. our time, but I got up at about 7 o'clock in the morning. Watched matches before that, and then that's obviously the 6-man. And
it was awesome from a fan point of view, just being able to put on that channel at any time of the day, and wrestling was happening. That was so cool.
No, yeah, it was definitely a long day, but it was.
Yeah,
I would 1,000,000% do it all over again.
And everyone we've spoken to as well has said this, and you can confirm this as well, I guess, that the building was freezing.
It was probably in the negatives. It was bad.
Wow. Oh God.
It was freezing cold. It was so bad.
Yeah, man. I mean, you mentioned him as well, just quickly, because I think he's a guy that doesn't get the recognition he deserves. But I mean, Brett Lauderdale, I mean, he does one hell of a job with GCW.
Oh yeah, that if it wasn't for him, that place wouldn't be where it is right now.
Yeah,
he's the man. Absolutely. Yeah, he definitely carries like a lot of weight on his shoulders for us to have what we have. You know.
I think you're right. You know, you said GCW is the biggest company independent in the world right now, anywhere in the world. And I really do feel like GCW is now at the point where Ring of Honor used to be, say, 15 years ago. You know, that was the hot company where all the talent was, including your trainer, Tyler Black. You know, everybody was there, and that was the hot company. I do feel like, no disrespect to Ring of Honor, they're doing amazing things, but they've changed what they are. And I feel like GCW stepped into that position where they are now leading the charge of the independents. Because all those talents there right now, I'm guessing keeping that, you know, momentum going to GCW is something you want to do.
Oh, absolutely. And also, like with GCW, like people who wrestle there and are like top guys there, more than like even my boy Nathan Frazier, aka Ben Carter, you know, he wrestled GCW for a lot, and look where he is now, NXT UK. You know, like that's just definitely the place you want to be.
Yeah, he blew up overnight pretty much, didn't he? Like he had a few GCW shows, the internet went crazy, and then he was the biggest name, and then
he's a freak. The things that he does in the ring, like you shouldn't be able to do. Like his snap and the way he does things looks so good. And he just literally, like you said, he blew up overnight, and then he was just getting like banger after banger after banger. And then one thing led to another. He's in you guys' neck of the woods.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. Yeah, I mean, we spoke to him about a month before he signed for NXT, and we said then that it's not going to be long because, like you said, he's a star, and he's so humble as well though, at the same time.
Yeah, no, that's 1,000,000%. He's definitely one of my best buddies that I've had in wrestling and probably through life. So he's a good dude. He's a really good guy. Absolutely.
Yeah. I found it funny that he mentioned, obviously he's from the UK, but he's from, is it Jersey he's from?
Jersey,
yep, Jersey, yep.
Yeah. So he'd actually never wrestled on mainland UK before.
Nope.
And his match in NXT UK was his first match on UK mainland soil. Yep. And I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah, like literally, like he did his entire, like he did a portion of his career there, but his entire career in the US, and then his debut match at the UK was in WWE. Like how crazy!
He's done amazing.
Yeah, no, he's great. Like even like when we're in, because me and him were in the same class as well in Black and Brave, and even in class, I'm like, geez, dude, you're like, I was like, this dude's the best in our class right now. Oh my god. Yeah.
I mean, obviously, when the world opens up as well, I mean, is the UK somewhere you'd like to come over and wrestle?
Oh, if there's an opportunity, 1,000,000%, I'm never gonna say no. That would be awesome to go over to the UK. You know, like people saying that, yeah, no, I wrestled in the UK, or yeah, I wrestled in Japan. Like anywhere outside of the US, I'm 1,000,000% down for it. Absolutely.
Excellent. Hey, we'll be there as well, dude. Front row seats. As soon as we know you're coming over, man, that's where we'll be as well.
I'll let y'all know when it happens.
Yeah, man.
Definitely, man. Definitely.
We'll be at every show. As soon as the world opens up, don't care where it is, we'll be there because
I appreciate it.
We miss wrestling.
I can't wait. You and me both. Yeah, I miss it too.
Well, I mean, as well, though. I mean, obviously, we must talk New Wave. You are the heavyweight champion. I mean, what did, like, obviously, you're working for New Wave. We're big fans. Obviously, we've got to know Elle really well. What's it like, obviously, working for New Wave, but also, you know, representing as the champion?
Oh, New Wave is great. It was one of the first places I ever started wrestling. Which I owe big props to Cole Radrick for, because he used to book New Wave, and then I rolled up one day, and he was like, "How many matches have you had?" I'm like maybe 10, and he was like, "All right, well, I'm gonna put you in this match, and we'll see what you can do, and I'll give you a shot and stuff." So I owe big props to Cole, and I started off there a couple years ago, and then 2 years later, I'm the first ever double champ, which was pretty cool. And then now I'm their heavyweight. I'm still their heavyweight champion, which is really awesome. And I love New Wave so much. Their setup there, it looks like super good. When they're in the Armory, it's gigantic. When they're at their New Wave Pro Arena, it looks like really gritty, which I like about it.
Yeah.
And it's just, the talent there is really good too. It's like the locker room, like everybody's great. And the opportunities that they're throwing at me is really cool, because I got Aaron Williams in a couple months, in May 22nd. So that'll
right here right now. Yeah.
Right here right now. So that'll definitely be my my biggest competitor I've ever had yet. I do believe. So that'll be a good test to my abilities. So I can't wait for that.
Yeah, and I'm guessing obviously as well, it's something you take very seriously and very a lot of pride in, obviously being the champion.
Absolutely, you have to. You know, I always tell Earl, I was like, hey man, all I want to do here, man, is whenever that day comes and I'm not here anymore, I just want to leave this place better than I found it. You know. Yeah. And New Wave Pro is definitely home for me, because literally, like, that's like where I get most of my matches in at the moment. And plus, I'm their main guy. They've been there for me. They've helped me out a lot in times. So, and they've given me these opportunities. They've given me both their belts, which they didn't have to do, but they did. So that's really cool. And it's just, New Wave is definitely a place to be, and I really appreciate everything they've done. So now it's just my turn to return the favor.
Yeah, well, we've got to ask as well, obviously, because he's a fellow Brit. But I mean, how important has Elle been to your development there?
Oh, Earl's the best. I love Earl. He's great, and yeah, he's also he's another Brit like you guys. So no, Earl's great. Like, I always text him all the time. Like, if I have any ideas, or if I have if there's like this new kid in Black and Brave that just graduated or something that might need some reps, I'll just say, hey, what about this guy for like a pre-show or something like that. Earl's the man. He's real helpful, super nice dude, real humble, And every time after my match, he just hunts me down. He was like, "Oh, Solomon, that was the best match I've ever seen." I'm like, it was all right, man, but I appreciate it, and stuff like that.
That was a good impression, that.
Oh, thank you. I'm so used to doing impersonations of Nathan Fraser, so it's super easy for that.
It blew our mind though, when we got in touch with New Wave and they said, "Oh yeah, El Joseph's going to come on." I was like, "Oh, he's a fella Brit," and then we started talking. He's like, "Tell us your secret, man. How did you manage to get from Liverpool in the UK to Indiana? Because we want to be there as well."
Yeah, we want to do that.
Yep. No, it's definitely the US is great, and Indiana's nice. I do have some heat with Indiana because a deer hit my car after a show. Actually, the show I won both of their belts, a deer 30 minutes into my drive, a deer came across in my car. So me and Indiana got a little bit of heat, but it's all right.
Yeah, I remember we went to because we fought to for All in Chicago, but we've got a friend who lives in Indiana, so we stayed with him for a few nights. And I did notice when we were driving places, there is a lot of deer. Everywhere I looked, there was a lot of deer.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of them out there. You got to watch out; they'll hit you.
Yeah, I did notice that. There is another company you work for. I know Callum's a big fan of this company. You have worked for IWA Mid-South.
I have worked for IWA a couple of times, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what was that like? That's another one of Callum's favourites. He loves it when someone's worked there, don't you, Callum?
Yeah, I always find it really cool when the Black and Brave kids have wrestled IWA Mid-South because obviously Marek and Tyler Black, both were big names in IWA Mid-South. So I always think it's cool when you get to do the same thing as they did.
No, yeah, it was definitely like a bucket list thing because, like you said, Marek and Seth, they wrestled on IWA like multiple times.
Yeah,
and I only worked there twice, I think. And times that I did, it wasn't at the original arena; it was in Indiana, and I would just roll like, "Oh wow, this is definitely where they like." I was talking to Ian Rotten, and I'm like, "Hello, sir, how you doing?" Just talking to him. And then I was talking to all the boys in the back, and there's some IWA originals there as well, which was cool. It was definitely like, wow, this place is there's history here, which is really cool.
Yeah, man. So I mean, before we start to wrap things up as well, I mean, we've got Mania coming up. Mania week. What's the plans Mania week?
Well, I'll be in Tampa for GCW. I'm gonna be over there, just paying my dues, helping out and such, because my parents live in Tampa.
Nice.
So that'll be saving money on a hotel and a car, and they're only 30 minutes from the venue. So yeah, GCW Collective Remix. I'll be there all 3 days, and myself and Conan Lycan, we're gonna be in Tampa for a couple weeks. So it's also like a little mini vacation for us.
Nice.
So we're gonna get these construction worker yellow vests and hard hat helmets and grab a ladder and try to sneak into Universal Studios or something. We'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. But besides that, we're gonna, because Conan's booked and I'm doing all I can to get booked, and it's just big opportunities that entire weekend. So I can't wait for it. And also WrestleMania is Sunday as well. I'm not gonna we're not able to go there because of COVID and all that, and we don't have the money to buy a ticket. So we'll just probably watch from outside.
No, best of luck with that, man, and hope you have a great vacation.
No, I can't wait. I'm looking out the window right now. It's raining with gray skies and stuff right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I cannot wait.
Yeah, man. I know we've got Earl coming back on. He's going to come on during Mania week as well. He's warned us that he might be drunk, so we might have a drunk interview with L. Joseph coming. So keep an eye out for that.
I'll probably be drunk too. It's totally fine. Earl actually hit me up. He was like, "Oh, Solomon, these guys want to interview you for podcast." I'm like, "Oh, sweet. Yeah, man, I'll definitely hit them up."
I love that impression. It's like he's
You sound more like Earl than Earl does doing. I mean, that's just a better impression I've just ever heard. But
really, well, make sure you tell them that.
We will do, man. Before we wrap things up, dude, first of all, obviously, we really would love to get you back. Obviously, maybe in a couple of months after Mania or something, get you back on, do some more.
Absolutely.
But before that, you go, obviously, tell everyone where they can find you, social media, any merchandise.
Yeah, everybody can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube at Solomon Tupu. I do have a pro wrestling tee shop. You can grab a couple of t-shirts there. Help me out. Help out any independent pro wrestler, especially during these times. We all need it. I really appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys for having me on. This was great. I loved it so much. Whenever you guys have another free spot, hit me up. I got you.
Awesome, man. We'll definitely have you back on. Like we said, we're big fans, and really not just saying it because you're on. We wanted you on because we really do think you're going to be a star.
Yeah.
You've got all the tools to do that.
I think we've been saying. I mean, me and Callum were saying it for like the last 2 or 3 months. When you're looking at people you want to speak to, and your name always came up from both of us, dude. So we
use that contact that we've got with New Wave and managed to get it to happen.
Well, perfect. It worked out perfectly.
Yeah, honestly, dude, we can't thank you enough. But for now, the Samoan Hellraiser, Solomon Tupu. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.